Doomed to Repeat is a Delta Green actual play podcast with violent themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Doomed to Repeat. I'm Sergio, your handler.
I'm Lev and I play Agent Tuck.
I'm Amanda Dominic and I am Agent Boomer.
I'm Caleb James Miller and I play Agent Merritt.
I'm Eli and I'm playing Agent Hyde.
I'm Zakiya and I play Agent Warp.
We return to the Agents of Perennial in what is the second to last episode that we will be releasing for this arc. We'll take a short break for the remainder of the year and hope to be releasing the fourth and final arc of Doomed to Repeat early in 2025. In the meantime, there's a lot of other fun stuff we've got going on that you can check out. First, there's the Dead Drop, where Vince and I discuss all things Delta Green. Next month, we're interviewing Shane Ivey. Our Chronicle for Vampire the Masquerade has just started back up. You can catch the latest 2 episodes of Vegas by Night wherever you get your podcasts, and you can watch the show live every other Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on YouTube. As of the release of this episode, the last live show was last week on July 20th, so expect another one August 3rd. We're still hosting the ongoing campaign of Black Project Gaming's God's Teeth, audible only through joining our Patreon, and we're releasing Patreon-exclusive one-on-one sessions for more members of the Vegas Coterie, both old and new. By the end of the year, we plan on running a Patreon-exclusive campaign. Maybe Delta Green, maybe the Wild Sea, maybe some Orbital Blues. If you join at patreon.com/MaydayRP, you may be able to decide which one. Thanks again to everyone who supports us, but especially our operator level patrons. That's Advance Wars Sammy, Bimblewart, Cameron S, Jonathan M, Kirby's Double, Onk, OGPan, Ren, and WTF again. Now, let's get back to our game.
Please leave your message.
Hey, sweetie, I know you're probably busy at work. Just wanted to call, say I miss you. Oh, and I took your advice. I made sure not to be stuck behind a computer screen all day. I actually did some scouting locations in Yosemite, and the landscape is honestly breathtaking. Though not as breathtaking as you. Yeah. No, but I felt like of all people that you would appreciate it for like a day, and then you would immediately just like, okay, we're gonna go back to our hotel. But still, I just thought you would still like even just enjoy it so much. I am heading back to San Francisco, and if everything goes as planned, I'll be wrapping up soon and can come home. No more field work. I'll be staying behind a desk from now on more permanently. I ain't gonna be doing this weird traveling anymore. But yeah, no, I'll update you if anything changes. I love you. Mwah. Take care.
It is Friday, October 2nd, a little after noon. Hyde, you've just shared a very personal story with Tuck. Did you include the other Perennial agents in this tale as well?
After a while, because Tuck and I were in the bathroom, so I feel like we couldn't be sitting in this bathroom having this whole ass conversation. Someone was either going to find us or someone was, we're eventually going to be like, we should have had this discussion in a bathroom. So eventually, yeah, we probably went back to that room and Hyde probably finished out telling that story to everybody.
So all of you collectively in this small conference room heard the tale of how Agent Hyde found and lost her brother. Mia, who can't seem to escape Tuck's watchful gaze, has fallen asleep in a chair at the table. You all hear the story, and you can't help but notice the similarities in the things that Hyde saw and the things that you saw in the Yosemite National Park. Because you are all together listening and sharing this story, I'm going to ask that everyone roll a d4, and that is how much sanity you will lose.
Come on.
No.
I'm losing 2.
Tuck, you're losing 1.
Just 1.
Warp also 1, okay.
I'm losing only 1, thank God.
4. I'm going to project it onto Evans, my business partner.
We don't normally talk about when you reduce a bond, about why the bond is reduced, but I would like to ask you now, what happens that reduces the bond in that way?
Since I kind of sold the company to the government, we are locked in, and because of we were supposed to be innovators and whatnot, we were supposed to do more with technology. We're now just going to be locked in company that does one thing for the government, and it really kind of kills what the whole intention the company was for. Boomer's gonna stand up and approach Hyde and be like, very sorry to hear about your brother. That sucks.
I tells you this for your sympathy.
Well, you're getting it anyway.
I know that you probably never intended for us to hear that, and I understand that those things can be precious memories, even if they hurt. I know mine is, so I don't take it lightly that you had to hide. But I agree, I think there are some things that we could take from this story. And if those things truly were from your memories, then maybe what happened on that mountain is closer to us than we think.
What do you think, Tuck?
I don't know. I'm really sorry about your brother. I know you said you didn't want sympathy, but what would you have done differently if you knew what you know?
Such a weird question to ask, but okay. Not knowing, I guess, would have been the answer.
You'd rather just think he was gone?
Isn't that the lesser evil?
It feels different when it's you too. When it's your memory you don't know either. I think there's something to be said for not knowing about someone else, but this was as much for me to know as for finding her. And that's been a problem for everyone.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of unknown attached to it. Sure, you found her, but it's not normal. It's not natural.
And there's no telling how far this thing goes.
Like, it's not just me. We've looked at multiple files of people just like us who've experienced the same thing. And what have you gotten from it?
Hyde, just a second, back up. Let's talk. Just give him a minute, all right? Just, you get it. It's family. I get it. Just give him a minute.
Well, then what would you all have me do? Have her trained as a soldier for people who we're not in charge of?
No.
Have her just left?
No.
What am I supposed to do with her?
We've gotten into situations because we did not know. We know very little. That lack of information is what got us Marlene and all that, just because we have to figure out Mia. We kind of have to figure out what she is.
I agree. And in addition, we need to do so with as many trusting eyes on her as possible. And if we go half-cocked, if you make decisions that lead you away from us, Mia's chances go down, not up. We want the best for this girl as much as we can as well, but until that girl stops being a question mark, there are still answers that we need to find. There's still chances that it doesn't end the way you want it to, Tuck. Haley.
I don't even know how I want it to end anymore.
You might not have a choice.
I don't think that her situation and your situation are both so bad. I mean, maybe whatever you have going on could be used as a distraction or a bargaining chip. Both of you are mysteries, and both of you are things that I think we all, but also the program, wants to figure out. And if we need something to put in front of them first, I think it's good that we have something. I'm not saying that you should go to a cicada somewhere or something, but there are things that we can do before, the bad thing.
It's just important that for now we lay an extreme level of smokescreen between Mia and Nancy. I just know that Nancy would be interested, and the both of you, in light of certain circumstances, have become weapons, and I'd prefer them to stay where you're both safe until we have more information. We could use this as a bargaining chip in the long run, though. You'll have big asking power if we do take down Nancy. If we were to follow this lead, we could argue for you and Mia, or one if they'll only let us take one.
If it comes down to me or her, you guys better pick her.
Haley, I can promise that when we know what she is.
She's a kid. Before anything else.
I hate to tell you, right now, she's more of a target. I think the thing that we need to do is flip that into something like an asset. And if we have the leverage and all that, we can at least negotiate actual care for Mia.
She vaporized someone earlier.
She did.
As the recipient of the first tentative blast, I'm very well aware.
I'm saying she did that because she loves you, and we know that, and I think she has an understanding of that, but if it happens again, there's no guarantee that that's the way that's going to be rationalized. I mean, I don't really care about the person as much as knowing a 6-year-old having to sleep at night knowing she killed 2 people.
Also be mindful that the child is in the same room, and as I point to Mia's sleeping body, like...
We also have to know that sometimes these things wear skins, and I don't mean to bring this up again, but we have no proof that it's even her. We just don't. We don't. And we've seen them lie before. We've read case after case of it. I need proof. I need to know that she knows.
Do we just need to know she's human?
I mean, what, you want me to wake her up and ask her favorite book characters?
No, I'm just saying we just might need I don't know if... I don't want to say it now, I take it back. Never mind, moving the conversation on.
No, Boomer, to be fair, the hot water drove out the weird flubber guy. We don't know what else is going on. It's just like an allergens test.
I mean, there's a nodule in the back of her neck. There's tattoos underneath her skin. There's a whole history, decades of time that transfer between the last moment she remembers. There's so many things at play here that are so out of the realm of and scope of our understanding that, I mean, take it back to the Bowman cabin. Take it back to Clyde, who thought that he could do the same thing, but the thing he put in the septic tank wasn't her. And we paid the price on that. I can show you the scar that runs lateral in my neck. I just want to make sure that we're doing what's necessary for you to be able to live with yourself.
Agent Boomer, your personal cell phone is ringing.
Damn it. I'm going to pick it up. Who is it?
You hear a male voice, and he says, yes, can I speak with Maxine Parker?
Yes, this is Maxine Parker. I'm gonna motion and I'm gonna walk out.
Hey, Mrs. Parker. My name is Sheriff Tyson Pogue of the Madera County Sheriff's Department. I'm here at the home, and I'm with the homeowner that has on record that you rented an Airbnb last night. Just wanted to know what you were up to, if maybe you could return to the home so I could ask you a few questions.
What? What do you mean? I left earlier today. What's going on?
Are you aware of the extreme amount of damage that was occurred at the home?
What damage? The only thing I came in, had a shower, made sure, packed it all up. I did the little wiping thing down that was instructed. What now? What happened?
Miss Parker, I think it would be easier if you clarified all this in person. Where are you right now? I can meet up with you.
No, it's, you know what? Hold on. I'm like en route right now, and it's, you're at the location?
We're at the home, yes.
All right, fine. Hold on. I'm like trying to get to the airport. I'm gonna, what? All right. Click, hang up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and walk in calmly, close the door, turn around and breathe, and be like, I just had a very interesting phone call.
Who with?
A sheriff. I think his Tyson no, what? Anyways, Mr. Sheriff is at the house. That's, all up.
Oh, this isn't very good.
No shit. I told him I have no idea what the F happened. Like, I'm just gonna pretend like I don't know. Someone came in and fucked it up. It wasn't me.
Okay, I like that. Did he ask you to appear? Did he ask?
Yeah, that's the thing. He wanted to either pick me up or meet him at the house. Would someone like to pretend to be an FBI agent to bring me, and then we could say we had nothing to do with it and we get the F out? Here's
my thinking. The minute that we bring FBI into this, we're looking more suspicious, not less. I think it may just be better if you go as Max. Did we do anything, or your prints on anything that might implicate us in the gunshots?
I mean, our prints are all over the house.
Yeah, we stayed in Airbnb, absolutely. So our prints are going to show up in connection, although this may not be very good for my record, given my previous issues. But outside of that, I mean, Max was supposed to be there.
Yeah, but someone got stabbed, right? We didn't clean up.
We just left.
But no, or they were vaporized. Like, how destroyed was the house?
If you recall, I described most of the windows on the back side of the building being blown out, and there was a large hole created in the wall from where Mia used her powers. Not to mention the numerous bullet holes that are probably all over the property.
I hate to say this, but maybe we could ask Mallory to clean this up for us.
You know what? You're right. Mallory did say
she's gonna want something.
She wanted to help assist.
She made the mess, and it's common courtesy if you make a mess in an Airbnb, you are the one to clean it up.
All she can say is no.
Who has Mallory's number? I know we saved that.
We all do.
Are you stepping out to give her a call, though?
Oh yeah.
As you are walking out, you are walking past the main desk where the old librarian is. She is watching a little television, and there appears to be aerial footage of your Airbnb with ticker tape on the news, mentioning a series of shootings and a strange event happening in Awani. You step past her, and she certainly gives you a look, but you step outside and you call Mallory, and she does pick up. What's going on?
Okay, so, to help us actually get things rolling, we do need one thing wrapped up really quick. So the big place that's boomed out, the Airbnb I rented that has half a wall missing and all that shebang?
Yes, yeah, I'm aware.
Yes, how about by we, I mean like you and your team come up with a way to unfoobar the situation. I was thinking fireworks. I have other pitches and ideas, but I thought I'd leave it to you, maybe?
After the events of the Airbnb, I immediately began thinking about how to rectify this. The main problem is that your name is on this, so if you run, that's going to be a problem for you.
I agree.
But I could probably make this go away.
You already own my ass. I'm team us. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get us going. How can I help?
I'm trying to work with you. I wish you had used a pseudonym, but that's okay. We're past that point.
Yeah.
A disappointed mom sigh from Mel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Boomer, but I think that to limit our exposure, you need to take the fall for this.
What?
Welcome to my life.
Okay, hold on a tiny fucking moment. See, this is where we're gonna have a difference of communication, because I'm gonna tell you something really quick. The reason these people are probably not going apeshit crazy is because I have something called foresight. Now, to help me keep this group from keeping this together, how about we, I don't know, have someone pose as an FBI agent, say like, oh, it has nothing to do with this woman who is like traveling and is just,
I can't make things up, Boomer.
Oh, shit!
If you can either run or you can take the blame, and what it will look like is you will probably have to repair the person's home.
Duh, that's no problem. I just don't want...
And if a little jail time is dangled in front of you, I think I can get you out of that. I can't pretend that you didn't show up to this location and pay for the Airbnb.
Oh, suck my taint. You have fucked up. You know what? I will handle this. Thank you very much. Thank you for absolutely dick. You know what? I wish you the day you deserve. Bye. Click.
Just hanging up on people today. Boomer, you're an intelligent person, so I'm going to lay it out for you. I understand that you're emotional in this moment, but what Mallory is saying is ultimately what you have left in terms of options. You can run and face the consequences. Vandalism is a law that you cannot break in California. Because an investigation needs to be opened, you will not be outright arrested when you go there.
That's fine. I got lawyers.
You are aware that the legal machinations will begin heading there. So you feel confident that they're going to ask you questions and they are going to certainly be curious as to what happened, but you can probably walk away from it for now.
Oh, absolutely. I know my rights. They can't place me under arrest. They got no probable cause. So.
But you also know that time is of the essence, and every bit of red tape that you must cross brings you closer to exposure, so you find yourself in a bit of a bind.
Boomer is gonna basically take the phone and just like breathe, and she's gonna take a deep breath, shake it off. Okay. Gonna turn back into the library, go straight past the librarian. If she's looking at me, I'll do something. If not, I'm going straight in.
Yes, she has noticed that you've come back in, and she says, "How's the birthday going?"
Words that I would actually feel very uncomfortable saying out to a respected member of the community. And then I'm gonna just walk right in.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go in, close the door again. Okay, so this is a situation. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna just go and just try to see if I can write a blank check. Because I don't want any more loose ends. You have a choice. You guys can go on ahead to get, because I feel like we should be heading down to, personally, I think San Diego, and Mallory's at Cum Bucket, just so you know, Merritt.
Oh. Well.
So I just say we just grab what we can, find our information, and I can meet you there or whatnot. But I'm going to head over to that house.
So you want to stay here, and we should charter a flight to Camp Pendelton while we wait for you?
I mean, I can, if you want to, if someone wants to. I just don't want us to, if it's going to take a minute, I don't want to lose the momentum. That's where I'm getting at.
Understood.
Oh my God, by the way, Mallory is a total bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't fucking help you. Who the fuck just dealt with some fucking giants in the woods? I know it wasn't her.
I found it very unreasonable when they removed me from my position of such years after everything that happened to me too. It was inconvenient.
They're so ungrateful.
Are you suggesting maybe you stay here while we're in Pendleton? I thought part of the reason we were going there was for you.
The Daniel Freis files. That's what I really want to get. You can go get them and bring them back. I'll be okay with that too.
Okay, if you're comfortable staying in here and serving possible jail time.
Oh, darling, you have to have evidence. And guess what? I asked for the right. Are you placing me under arrest? No. Okay, I'm free to go. And if you do detain me, okay, I will not talk until I get my lawyer.
We'll fly down to Pendleton. We'll see if we can grab these files. We'll pick up the weapon requisitions and Hyde's shiny new aircraft. And then meet you at a private airport up here.
If y'all can get me some really good, a good burrito, since you're gonna be down in Southern California, I would really appreciate it.
Boom, I don't know how well it's gonna travel.
I'm very annoyed, and I would like at least a treat, because I'm a little pissed right now, and I'm very sorry for the sarcasm.
Okay.
No, it's fair.
Well, however much time it takes us to go down to San Diego and come back, maybe a few days, we'll bring you a burrito.
Thank you.
We'll try to get it on the last day.
Just gonna be lukewarm.
We should call Mallory though, and at least see if she can get Steele or someone to watch over the proceedings with you and the situation. Just because I don't think it's a good time for us to ever be alone, knowing that Oaks is out there and has a special connection to us.
Can you make that request? I didn't quite end on a really good, solid... I probably... You know what? Fuck it. She and I aren't happy. Let's just say that.
You know, I have noticed that within this group, most of you have an aversion to speaking to Mallory. Maybe I'm just the best translator here.
I mean, I called her a taint.
Okay.
Yeah. And we did try and kill her like 6 different ways yesterday, so...
That was just this morning.
Oh,
this morning.
Excuse me. This morning.
It's been a lot.
I can be aware enough to think that I think there's a reason why you dealt with Mallory the most.
I do enjoy speaking with Mallory. She's very matter of fact. I at least understand where she's coming from. I don't know what you all are going to do when I die, but best of luck. And I'll format a little text out to Mallory with the request of just having an eye on Boomer while all of this goes down, and letting her know that we're going out to Pendelton.
And just so you know, just because you said that, you're gonna probably outlive all of us. I'm the first to die. Shut the fuck up.
Well, I will give you a very prompt eulogy, and I will make sure it's proofread before it's read.
That's all we can ask for.
You get a text back from Agent Merritt, and it says, "I'm still in town, and I will keep an eye out on Boomer, even if she does like insulting me."
Perfect. I think you're covered, Boomer.
It's the least she can do.
I guess we're San Diego bound, then.
I need to tell my wife.
Yes, I assume you probably have a few things to tell your spouse.
Is she coming with us?
Fuck if I know.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't either.
I don't know. I also don't think we should go making enemies with a ghoul and keep her locked up at home now that she knows what she knows. Both ideas are
Bad.
indefensible.
It's unhelpful, but this is why it's nice to have sort of an off-site, off-the-grid family of people who do not align themselves with the government. Because then you could just make people disappear there. I understand that it's not helpful to say.
Alright, let me see what I can do. And Duck's just gonna go to the corner of the room. They're not even gonna go outside. And they'll call Rue.
Oh, I'm gonna try to listen in.
You snoop.
The first part of it is a little easy to hear because very quickly she answers and kind of loudly whispering says, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you're calling me. I was terrified. It's been hours. Where are you? What's going on?"
We're fine. Relatively.
"What's the next move? Can I come back to the house?"
No, don't go to the house. There was an incident at the house that, it's, a crime scene right now.
"Oh my god, is anyone dead?"
Not that anyone can see.
"Well, your workmates, are they..."
Everyone's okay. Our team's fine. We're stubborn, if anything.
"Haley, just tell me what to do. I'll do it."
Oh, baby, I wish I had any idea.
Where are you now?
We're at a library. Don't come to the library. The librarian's snooping. We need to go to San Diego for reasons. There's someone who doesn't like us very much out and about in the world currently. And for that reason, I don't think it's safe for you to go home yet. In a similar vein, I don't know if it's safe for you to come to San Diego with us. So being close feels safer than being far.
I agree. If I'm in danger, I'd rather be near you.
Me too. Okay. You remember how, Joe had a contact in San Francisco, who knew certain things about...
She was a missing persons expert or something. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yes. You've wanted to visit San Francisco, right? It's a big enough city, and...
Maybe under different circumstances, but yeah.
Well, yes, obviously under different circumstances. What I'm saying is, a big city will be harder to find you in than with us, I think.
So you're not gonna come get me?
I don't know what's safest. I'm being so fucking honest. I have no idea what to do anymore. I wanted you here because you wanted to be here because it was my sister, and I've never been able to say no to you.
I wanted to be here because I wanted to be here for you.
And I love that.
If you need me to go to San Francisco, then I'll do it, but I don't want to lose you. I understand that things are crazy, but I just don't want to be away from you if things are really that bad.
Let me consult the others. Maybe they'll have a perspective I don't.
I've drunken a lot of coffee, so I'd appreciate if a decision can be made, because I'm sick of sitting in this diner.
Okay. I'm literally just gonna put the phone on the table for a second and turn to the others and go, there's San Francisco, or she comes with us.
Ooh.
Well...
It's your call, Tuck.
If you go to the city, there's tons of other targets in the city. If you come with us, then if whoever's looking for us finds us, then they will also find you.
Listen, I think both decisions are untenable, but they have been since the moment that Ruhi was brought into this project to begin with, and I think we've discussed that.
Yeah, I'm aware. I fucked up, we know it.
So I'm not gonna rake you over the coals on that again, but I think there's a possibility here. We could start Ruhi in San Francisco while we go to collect the Freis files, because we know that any place we go to with a green object has a lot of green around it, usually, when we're collecting, right? And then once collected, once confirmed it's safe, once confirmed we're okay and we've collected the plane and our acquisitions, we could fly back to San Fran, we could meet back up with Ruhi, ensure that she's okay, and speak with Delilah, just briefly. And then decide further whether we think that this is really a good idea to keep her with us, or in San Fran, or with Mallory maybe, I don't know.
Mallory was an option I didn't think of, actually.
That is something we say very often of our handler.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, isn't it?
I haven't decided if it's a good or a bad thing. It would have been good months ago when we started this project, but now it seems appropriate.
Well, let's hold on. She's not like, she all right.
We don't exactly give her the opportunity to be anything other than all right either.
Okay. Boomer's gonna stay in town, right?
Right.
Mallory's gonna watch Boomer.
Yes.
Ruhi stays close to Boomer. That's the safest option I can think of.
They go to San Fran together. We go to Pendleton. We meet back up. Boomer could speak, if you're comfortable. Boomer could speak with Delilah.
Or Rue can speak with Delilah and you can just be there to get information, because honestly, Rue talks better than any of us.
That's fine. Am I like security for? Because I'm gonna be
No.
on. Okay, I'm not like the security person. Like I have to like.
No, I know. I hate leaving my wife without a security agent.
Well, we could, like I said, Mallory.
Mallory doesn't do shit. There was an active break-in in Zakiya and Mallory didn't do a goddamn thing.
Well, no, but she can employ security. She could put her with Steele or with another agent. I mean, we could as well, but we need Mallory to...
Wait, Zakiya. Warp.
Yes.
You were in the library when all that was going down, right? You were with books, right?
Yes.
Did you happen to see, or is there anything from that you think could help us?
I mean, one of the books was exactly how to become a ghoul, if that's what we're interested in. I mean, I have a personal interest in that, but I don't think that's helpful yet.
Look, I don't care what's in your search history on that. My curiosity is, at least if we like, that could be a little bit of useful knowledge. It's like knowing what kind of snake venom the snake has.
We have an expert we can talk to. We should speak to them, but I don't know. I want to see what the Freis files are about first. But yes, we should. If you'd like to be there for that, we can make sure that we wait until this is all done.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna put out good vibes. I just have to write a big check. That's the vibes I'm hoping for.
I'll pick the phone back up. Okay, I don't know how much of that you heard or understood, honestly, because it's a lot of very specific...
Yeah, very echoey. I didn't really pick up a lot.
Sorry, Boomer's gonna stay in town. Max is gonna stay in town.
Maxine, yeah, I think I've heard you speak about her, but I don't know if
I think you met her in passing when everything was awful. She's gonna stay in town for, reasons. You're gonna stay close to her.
Okay. I meet her?
Boom. You meet Rue at the diner?
I can meet Rue at the diner.
I'm at the Hitchin Post. It's a restaurant in downtown Awani.
A Hitchin Post downtown Awani.
Boomer, when you go to the scene, can you take Ruhi's car? I don't want any of the vehicles that were associated with the crime going on.
Will do.
I'll call Mallory and let her know that there's another person hanging around. You haven't met Mallory, and if I have anything to say about it, you won't have any need to. Just stay close to Boomer. Boomer's gonna have to deal with some cleanup, and then you two are gonna go to San Francisco together. That way there's someone watching you guys and keeping you safe, but you're not with us, who are, unfortunately, the bigger targets.
Just stay in contact, okay? Just keep letting me know you're okay.
You two. Every 2 hours, every hour, anything, every 30 minutes, every 10 minutes, whatever you need.
Let's stick to 2 hours.
That would have been a lot. I think I just feel guilty for pulling you into this, and I'm so sorry. And I love you so much.
I love you too. Are you okay?
I promised I wouldn't lie to you anymore, so I'm gonna just not answer.
Just do the right thing, okay?
God, that's a moving target. I'll do my best.
All right, stay in touch. I love you.
Yeah, I love you. Bye, baby. And then I end the call and I call Mallory.
Are you also going to insult me?
If everything goes well, no?
What can I do for you?
That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. It's been a day. You know who is here that would not be a sanctioned member of the mission, yes?
Your wife, yes.
Yes, my wife. She is going to stay close to Boomer. If you want anything from this team... No, I can't even speak for the team. If you want anything from me or my sister, you will not let anything happen to her.
Understood.
Or Boomer.
Where is she? I can pick her up now with steel.
She is waiting for Boomer at a location that they have agreed on, and I will give her your information as well.
I promise no harm will come to your wife.
From you or anyone else.
From me or anyone else within the program. Do you feel that the team is up to the task of catching Nancy?
Yes, of course we are. If I have faith in anything, I have faith in the fucking team.
What's the first move?
Freis.
Good. Okay. Keep me posted. I'll stay on this side of the continent, help where I can, and I'll keep your wife safe.
Thank you. And, I guess I'm sorry for the person I threw into the woods.
I appreciate your apology. Tuck, if you begin to lose it, if you don't think you can remain yourself...
I have no question that Hyde and Merritt will know how to handle that situation.
I'm sorry. For what it's worth.
A lot of that going around. Keep them safe, and then I'll hang up. All right, let's move. Come on.
Sounds like the team is going to do exactly that. There is one vehicle.
Well, because Ruhi has a car, right?
Rue has one of the cars, so we'll drop you off with Rue.
How's her acting skills?
We're not pulling her any more into this than she already is.
Yeah, we don't want her implicated in this.
Oh, absolutely not. I would, yes.
She'll drop you off and then just park around the corner.
Okay, I'll just have to tell her not to look. Cool.
I think Merritt takes 6 texts to send to Ruhi, extensively detailing the flyer miles that he's going to get off of when she buys her ticket for San Fran, how to use the card, how to redeem the points and then put them into his account, and how vital it is that she confirms that those flyer miles are deposited into his account, and to put it all under his name because that's been an issue in the past, and then gives his credit card information and his flyer mile card over to Boomer to pass on to her.
So they can go to San Francisco? Is that why?
Yeah, they're just buying their tickets. Because we're going to Pendleton, they're going to San Fran, and someone's got to buy the ticket. We don't want it to be on Delta Green's body, because then Oaks could track it. So this is going to be on Merritt.
And I don't want to use my payment, because they're already...
And yeah, they're going to tell you, don't leave this state, and then you're going to leave the state.
Merritt, you see the speech bubble appear, and then it disappears, and then it appears, and then it disappears, and then there's no response.
I text her and go, yeah, that's Merritt.
Just to be a little sweet at the end, he'll write, I know what it's like to find out for the first time. It does get better, it doesn't get easier.
As you are walking out of the library, I'm going to ask Agent Tuck to make a Constitution ×5 roll.
Why?
You could just say no. Again, we could all say no whenever.
He has no power over us.
That'd be a great, like, homebrew, though. Like, you get one no, but then, like, Sergio gets to say a no later.
I got a 74. I've got a 6-year-old in my arms. Something's gonna go bad.
Agent Tuck, you pick up Mia, who begins to awaken as you pick her up and joust her. She probably wasn't in a particularly deep sleep. You are all walking towards the exit. The older librarian is still watching the news and kind of notices you all come out. Tuck, you have a familiar lurching feeling in your stomach, like you really need to puke.
Oh, shit.
And you do.
In the library?
On your sister.
All of you, for the first time, witness an enormous gout of blue liquid fly out of Agent Tuck's mouth. Projectile, where it arches. I think instinctively Tuck probably moves Mia back a little bit to save them from the gout. But there is a huge bucket-size spray of blue liquid that is now all over the floor, and the librarian begins to scream.
It was all that Glacier Freeze Gatorade.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, Boomer has just walked by, like, no, just walked out. No.
Merritt is going to go straight up to the counter by her, apologize profusely, take out his wallet, slam down 300s. Say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We were so excited for our grandmother's party. It's just, we got a little over our heads with it. Please take this as a cleaning fee. I'm going to get her to a hospital. I don't
want your money. What's wrong with that girl? Is she all right?
She's just got a drinking problem.
I need to call 911. And she starts reaching for the phone.
No, I'm fine. It's just...
We're heading there now. We're going to take her in our car, please.
With the cash, make a persuasion check.
Can I assist him by starting to, like, wobble a little?
There's no way the person that puked up blue stuff is assisting in any way. You're making the situation worse.
I had to try.
While this is happening, can I get a sample of the blue?
You can get a sample of the blue blood, yes. Do you put on gloves?
Yes.
I have a 46 under 50, which is a success.
Barely.
She says, I appreciate the cash, but I think you need to take that girl to a hospital. I mean, this is bad. I've never seen anybody throw a blue.
Yeah, we know. She's been hitting the Midori really hard. We're gonna take care of this. Thank you so much for your concern.
Get out of my library.
Go with God, and I'll give her a little cross. Let's go, gang.
Warp stands up from this bottle of blue and closes a little cap.
What is Ziploc?
Thank you. Yeah.
I would like Boomer just to be leaning up against the car, just head down, shaking her head like, no, oh my God, not dealing with vomit.
As you all rush out, you see her kind of coming around the side of the desk with a bucket and a mop, and it's just kind of looking at you angrily.
I keep thinking the excuses are going to get easier.
Wait, do we watch to see if she gets burnt up by the vomit?
I don't think we should.
Here's the thing. If it does hurt her, she'll go to the doctor and she'll be helped. And if she tries to explain to someone that a woman vomited so corrosive that it burned her, she will be diagnosed with dementia and they'll call it a day.
We continue to ruin lives.
Oh yes, it's the Delta Green motto.
Agent Tuck, I need to finish the ramifications of this.
Yes, of course.
Hours have passed since you have used these enhancements that you seem to have. After puking, you have an incredible need to eat. You feel so hungry right now. Your stomach churns inside of you, and it's painful. And you're really not sure how long you can go without eating something.
This might be weird to say. I'm so fucking hungry, and I don't think we've fed the 6-year-old in several hours. So, if we can stop at a McDonald's or something, that would be ideal.
Sure. McDonald's is hard to come by in Mariposa County. There's a pizza place right here. There's also Mike Duffel. I think I've got some power bars in there, some Cliff bars.
I'll take it. That's fine. And I'll just, like, unwrap a power bar for me, unwrap a power bar for Mia. Thanks, Merritt.
Mia, is kind of sitting in your lap, but as you eat that power bar, you open it, and within seconds it's gone. I mean, you are ravishingly hungry, and you finish that bar, and it doesn't satiate you at all. It doesn't have what you want. There's a hunger, and it's not what you want.
I'm still pretty hungry, so I may just call Rue and have her, like, order me a sandwich or something.
Right, you're looking for, like, cheap food? If you want cheap food, I have some cashews in.
I'll just text Rue and say, like, hey, can you also order me a club sandwich and a grilled cheese for Mia?
Sergio, how bad does Tuck look to the rest of us? Are they going pale, blue? What's going on?
While you're all sitting in the car, you hear her stomach suddenly.
Jesus.
And now that you're paying attention to her look, it does appear as if she's shrinking a little bit, almost returning back to the original size. Some of that mass is seemingly decreasing.
Guess we know what the blue thing does.
You're coming back to talk.
Oh, that's nice.
You are in the city next to Awani. Who is driving?
I'll drive.
We're gonna get there in 4 hours. Great.
It's very dangerous driving on these mountain roads. You don't know what it's like. The wines, they have so many fires up here. There's fire calls all the time. They close the roads.
And this is the one who says he's going to die first. Get out.
I'm just saying, 10 and 2 gets you through.
You begin driving, and you eventually are slowed by something. At first, Merritt, you're thinking, oh yeah, it's a closure. Like I said, there's some kind of closure. But you start seeing about 6 cars up. There is a police blockade of some kind. There is a police officer speaking to the driver and then letting them go. And then the next car pulls up, and you feel that within the next 10 to 15 minutes, it'll be your turn.
Fuck.
There's a checkpoint. We can either stay and discuss with these guys and come up with a good reason for why Max is in the car, or we could drive around the checkpoint, try and evade it.
It doesn't really matter. We just have what? They don't know me. They don't know my face.
They have your information.
They may direct all of us to the crime scene instead of just you.
Would you like me to take a nap in the back?
You could get out and walk. Maybe just around the block. Meet you on the other side.
Fine. Yeah, I'll be sure when I pass Merritt, I'm gonna just like kind of smack him in the head as I exit the vehicle.
It's the safest. I don't want you to die in Mariposa.
Safe these nuts, and closes the door and walks off.
You know, I saved her life the other day. Drove her out of the apocalypse the other day. And saved these nuts is all she has to say to me.
I feel like we need to stop counting who saved who, how many times, honestly.
Agent Boomer, you are able to walk past the checkpoint without issue.
Oh, thank God.
And after about 10 or so minutes, Merritt, you are brought to the front of the line, where the police officer asks you some standard questions. Where are you going? What are you up to today? How do you answer?
We're driving out to the airport currently. We were just staying in Mariposa. We were checking out Yosemite. We had it in our minds that maybe we'd talk about coming back and hiking next year, but that thing's too big, right?
Move along, sir. And he signals for you to go ahead and move.
Thank you for your service. We love our boys in blue. We'll drive. And then Merritt just goes completely fucking stone-faced the second he gets past him. Like,
what? No. We have to talk about that. That's the craziest thing we've seen today. What was that?
I was just playing a role. Look at me. Don't I look like someone that'd be here for Yosemite?
We have gone directly against immortal, nude elderly women. That phrase was more terrifying.
I just want to fluff them a little on the way out. I've found that a lot of people enjoy to be fluffed.
Oh, Merritt's a fluffer. Good to know.
I am a fluffer, if nothing else.
You were saving those nuts, is all I'm saying.
I thought we agreed equality on the metric as he's like pulling over to where Boomer is.
Boomer, you are able to jump back into the vehicle, and you are able to reach downtown Awani. It's a tiny little town with a couple little shops. You can see the Hitch and Post Diner, a few other little stores and restaurants, and you know that to get back to the Airbnb would require going up one of these side mountain roads.
Do you want a pie really quick as well, Tuck?
Maybe we'll get a pie. Maybe that sounds good. I'm gonna run in with Boomer, if nothing else to kiss my wife, but also to get my food.
It's lunchtime, so it's a little busy, but this is a tiny town, so there's really not a ton of people. There are probably a couple truck drivers and one or two hostesses. But in a corner booth is your wife, Ruhi, who, after being told she was not going to see you, sees you and is, lights up.
Just dropping Boomer off with you. The plan is you're gonna drive her back to the house. You are not going to get out with her. You're just gonna pretend you're an Uber driver. You'll drop her off, you'll go a couple feet up the street, and you'll wait there, okay?
Okay, all right, good luck.
I just, kiss her on the face a lot, and I grab my sandwich and Mia's sandwich.
She fights to let go of your hand, but does.
I have it on good authority. You will be kept very safe. And if they want anything from me, you two will be exactly how we left you when I come back, okay?
Okay. All right, I love you.
I love you.
She looks at you, Boomer.
Morning.
Smiles. All right, I guess we're in on this, huh?
Yeah, we are. There's a cup of coffee nearby. Take it, drink it.
So we know what Boomer is doing. What are the rest of you doing?
It looks like we're ready to go for the airport. It looks like we could be in San Jose in about 100 miles, and we could fly down to San Diego and be there in about an hour from the second we get to the airport. The good news is it's just an hour and $100 a person. The bad news is it's Spirit Airlines, so that's where I'm at.
Didn't Mallory say we could have a plane?
We can. We're picking it up in San Diego.
We might have an issue.
Your issue?
Flying with a 6-year-old that doesn't exist?
That doesn't have a passport?
Doesn't have any kind of identification.
They didn't give you anything at the cabin?
They weren't gonna let me take her.
The thing is, we're flying stateside.
Do minors need to present an ID if they're accompanied with a guardian?
It doesn't have to be a government issue. You can just flash a school ID and they let you fly.
She's never had a school ID.
The only issue is if we have to show that real identification, if we have to prove who she is. If Yosemite is looking into what happened at all, we may be stationed there at the airplane. It may be easier to pass her off as anyone but Mia. But that's banking on the fact that they don't ask any questions.
I mean, why would they ask questions? I think we're creating problems where they might not be.
We're suspicious and creating suspicion, I agree.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's try it. Why not? Fuck it.
Now, if she explodes into a radiant blast of vaporizing energy on the plane, I cannot help you there.
Well, we're all blown up anyway, so it won't really matter.
I had a dream like that once after reading the Detroit case file, and it was like nothing you'd ever imagine, dying in the air.
We gotta figure out how to talk about stuff without, and I'll look down at Mia, without, talking about it like this.
Oh, the child's here, that's right.
Her name is Mia.
I'm Mia.
Yeah.
You are Mia, and you're doing so well. Have you been on a plane? You haven't been on a plane. Are you excited to go on a plane?
Are we going on a plane?
You're going on a plane! I forgot to mention that as well. You're going on a plane, are you excited?
I've never been on a plane.
It's very high up, but it's good. It's freeing. It's weird at first, but once it's over the weird, it's so good.
Your inner ear swells up, and it's kind of scary at first, and then it kind of feels it's forgettable. It's fine.
It'll be a little loud too, but we'll get some books or some things to play with. I have some of your stuff, so.
Will it be hot?
It gets a little clammy.
But you do have a little air vent.
And if you're starting to feel hot, you can tap one of us on the arm and let us know, and we'll take you to the restroom. We'll get some cold water on your face, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You just gotta let us know if anything starts to feel uncomfortable or weird or anything, okay? Just if you feel something, say something.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone say okay again. It'll be okay.
I don't think I thought about the implications as much until just this moment. I feel like I was forgetting things, and now I'm thinking about things.
Yeah, well, sometimes forgetting's better.
Okay, so I assume on the drive you schedule the flight, order the tickets under Merritt's name. That is going to take about 3 hours of driving. I'll just let you know that it's about 5.5 hours to drive to Camp Pendelton from here.
Why not just drive then? I think it might be safer if we just drive it. That way we don't have to deal with... Can we retcon that we figured out that it's closer to drive so that Mara doesn't have to pay for things?
It's just we would be in the car longer. I don't know if that's going to affect how Mia does.
We took road trips all the time as a family. That was how we got to Yosemite in the first place. We lived in Seattle, but we took a big, long... Anyway.
Then I'll keep driving. I won't cancel the flights because I could still get the miles off of it, even if they don't go through. So I am going to call them and let them know, but we're going to let it ride.
Okay, that's your choice.
Let's go back to Boomer. Ruhi drives you up the hill, back to the house.
Can you do me a favor? I wanna, when we go in and you drop me off, I know you were told to wait around the corner. I'm okay with you to kind of keep going a little bit because I just don't want them to think it's too suspicious, and I'll text you to pick me up. Does that make sense? I'll make it look like I had the app. Does that?
Sure, yeah, okay.
Also, you have to make a promise. Whatever you do, do not gawk at the house.
Don't gawk at the house. Okay, got it.
Perfect.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Neighbors have gathered where there is a healthy squad of police vehicles. She is unable to pull up to the house. There is a police blockade, but once you stop, a police officer comes up and asks what the business is. I'm going to
open the door, just the back door, and be like, hold on, hi, who's your guy? Who's your captain? Who's that guy? He called me up.
No. Who are you? What are you doing here, ma'am?
As for Sheriff, he called me, Maxine Parker. I was the one who rented, and what the fuck is going on around here?
Oh, yeah, come with me, Miss Parker. Is this person with you?
No, they're the Uber driver.
Okay, well, you can go along, and he kind of signals for them to turn around, and Ruhi does, kind of looking at you the whole time, giving you an eye, but begins to back up. The police officer leads you to the home where when you make the corner, there's a kind of a group of police, there's yellow tape up, and there is the very distraught homeowner, an older woman in her maybe mid-50s with kind of graying blonde hair. And when she turns and notices you, there she is. That's her. That's the woman that destroyed my home.
What? Hold on 2 seconds. What's going on? Who's this? Who are you? Where's Joe? Whatever. Sheriff.
Pogue. Sheriff Pogue. That's my name. And Sheriff Pogue, a Caucasian man in his maybe late 40s, walks up to you, got this big Wilford Brimley mustache. And he's relatively friendly with you, but he does say, Mrs. Parker, can you explain what happened to the Airbnb while you were here?
This is not how I left it. I can tell you for damn sure, because if that was the case, I would have called 911, because apparently there was a military invasion that took place here.
Yeah, a military invasion. Was anyone with you while you were here?
I'm gonna pull the sheriff off a little bit to the side, a little bit, and be like, okay, so I rented the place because a friend who saved my life wanted to do a family memoriam out here. So them, wife, a couple other family members I really kind of did want to ask.
How many people exactly?
4 or 5.
Okay, 4 and you?
Yes. So like I said, I let them do their family thing. We all packed out. I was the last one to lock up, and I went back on my way when you called, and then now this. So you can understand why I'm a little shocked.
So you rented a home for someone else's memoriam?
A friend of mine who's... Yes, of course.
And did this memoriam involve setting off explosives in the house?
Absolutely not. I don't know how you say goodbye to people, but that's not how I roll.
Mrs. Parker, the homeowner doesn't have any cameras on site, but that doesn't mean we're not asking neighbors.
Please do.
So in the meantime, I don't have any proof that you've done anything, but you were the last person here. I'm gonna have to ask that do you think you could stay in town while we resolve this? You could be in quite a bit of trouble for vandalizing this person's home.
This is not today. Okay, look, I work from the East Coast, so I can't stay indefinitely, But what I can do, because I don't know, what I can do is I'll stay in town. I can see if I can get some of my work and see if I can help out. But I'm not, it's like, what do you want me to do? I sympathize. I didn't do it, though.
It's as simple as that. You say one thing and they say another, so that's why we're here, to figure out the in-between.
I know, right?
If you're saying you can't stay in town, can I have your information? And he starts asking you for your number, your address. Now,
here's the thing. I can give you the card to my lawyer. I don't want to accidentally say things out of pocket, because this is like a fucking catastrophe, and I can tell. I just don't want to get pinned for something. I would just, here's my lawyer, here's my info.
You can't give me your personal information?
You have my name.
I assume your name is Maxine Parker, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, Miss Parker, if you want to talk to your lawyer, that's fine. We'll be in touch.
Am I free to go, or do you have any other questions?
He looks at the homeowner who just like wants to have a chance to attack you.
I didn't do it. You can get mad at me all you want.
But he looks back at you and says, I think you've answered all our questions. You're free to go, but we'll be in touch.
I'm gonna be looking at the sheriff, looking at the homeowner, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna rot in hell for this. Yeah, things seem all white around here.
Excuse me? What'd you say?
I'm calling my Uber.
I mean, you'd be right about Mariposa.
Good job. Get him, baby, get him.
You text Ruhi, I assume?
Yes, but I'm gonna make sure homeboy isn't like looking over my text messages.
Yeah, no, you're able to walk away.
Yeah, it looks like I'm just calling, like I'm texting Uber where I'm at location.
A couple minutes later, Ruhi's vehicle does pull up.
Okay, and then I'm gonna be like, drive, but cool. Drive, but cool.
Drive, but cool. Got it. Okay. Any recommendations? She just starts to drive.
I would love some 80s metal, because I need to scream.
You search the radio for that, and as you look back in the rearview mirror, you can see Sheriff Pogue watching the vehicle drive off before he eventually turns and goes back to the home.
I'm on the highway to hell. Yeah, I'm just.
Let's go back to the other agents. Is there anything anyone is doing of note on the ride to Pendelton?
What was the name of the expert that you said that had the profile?
Dr. Chen.
I think I just want to reach out to them and see if we can schedule a time to talk in the near future, like within the next probably 2 weeks.
Do you text her? Do you email her? What is the approach?
I think I email her.
You send an email, and I would say after about an hour, you receive a response which says, "How do I know you are who you say you are?" I'll remind you that most of the program, at least the folks that are in charge of things, are aware of Nancy's escape, and everyone's probably on high alert. This Dr. Agnes Chen lives in Virginia, in Winchester, Virginia, so you know roughly where she lives.
Would I know? I can't think of anything that would, like, anything that I could do that's, like, ghoul-proof. Virtually, it kind of seems like maybe the best course of action is to either see her in person or, like, because if I were to be Nancy, like, she would know everything I knew, so I couldn't tell her anything.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to just kind of try to resolve this mechanically, you can attempt to make a persuasion roll, and then we can say you say something that kind of gets her to believe you.
Okay, cool. Then we'll see how this roll goes. I'll come up with something.
Or a charisma roll, whichever is better.
Or persuasion? Actually, charisma's better. Okay. That is a fail. 56 over 45.
You try again, and you just don't get a response from her. No more emails for the rest of the drive. But she did respond once, and you know roughly where she is. And I'll say that you probably also have a phone number or something to contact, maybe once you actually get closer to her. But you definitely get this sense of extreme paranoia from her, even just through, email.
Okay. I think I send a, apology email, a very quick one, but I leave it alone.
While you are driving, Agent Merritt, your personal cell phone does ring, but I assume as a driver, you're not going to immediately answer it.
No, if the car has a car mode, I'll put it on speaker, but if not, I'm just going to pull off to the side of the road.
You receive a text, and it is from Miranda.
Oh.
And it says, "I'm sorry we fought. It's just hard on me visiting Alan. Obviously on Gordy too. We both miss you." And Samson says hi.
Oh. I respond with, I don't know how to put it right, but it's just as hard on me. And sometimes I just wish I could reach out and call him. I know you're feeling upset about the way we left things, but I do think some real things were said. I love you, Miranda. I love Gordy. I love Samson. I'll see you. And I think it just comes across as very direct. I mean, he's not flowering this up, but he is arguing that some things were right about the argument.
You'll just get a response that says, "Make it right by coming back home with your job. Good luck."
I think I just tucked the phone back into my pocket and, shake my head knowing that that's not going to be for a very long time, and get back in the car.
As you leave the northwest, the weather stops being overcast and the sun comes out. Tuck, you have not satiated this hunger that is reeling in your stomach, and you don't know if it's the sun or the hunger, but you really don't feel that great. You feel under the weather.
I think Tuck's trying to pretend like everything's okay and like make the trip fun for Mia and like do all the things that they used to do on road trips as kids. Have I gained any insight as to what I might be hungry for? We're on the road. I assume there's places to stop and places to get food.
There's lots of places to stop and get food. You drive by a billboard with a big double cheeseburger just dripping with the look of that meat. Just looks so good.
If we find somewhere to stop, I think the blue puke is still kind of sitting heavy, and I would appreciate getting something to eat. I feel a little, I feel bad. It's bad. I don't have the energy to lie anymore, so I feel really crappy. So if we can get a shitty burger with a bunch of meat and cheese on it, I think that's gonna be what I need, if that's a thing we can do. And if not, I'll just go to sleep.
Sure, we can stop for food if everyone is feeling so. Greasy food, huh? Greasy like a burger?
Like a burger, like a big burger.
Yeah, we're in California. He's gonna stop off and try the In-N-Out chain. I mean, he's East Coast. He always hears the shit. As a Shake Shack boy, wants to see if it's real.
Inevitably, you come across one of those and you pull off the highway. You're maybe an hour or two on the way. Does everybody order food?
Yeah.
I won't ask you your orders, but I know everybody has their specifics when they go to In-N-Out.
Merritt absolutely does buy Mia one of those In-N-Out t-shirts that's like 4 sizes too big.
Tuck orders like 4 burgers.
Yes, I was going to say, like, it's going to be tough to say no to less than like 2.
Yeah, I think Tuck orders maybe like 4 to 6 burgers, and once they come, deconstructs them in the back seat, puts all the patties together, squishes it down, and almost dislocates their jaw trying to put it in their mouth.
And the rest of you watch this, and it is quite a sight to see for the rest of you as you watch Tuck take down these burgers.
I'm sorry you had to see that. That was more aggressive than I usually.
I'm just impressed with how your jaw unhinged like that.
Do you feel better?
I think so. I've been hauling all of the dramatics. How's everyone else doing?
I think we're all fine compared to what's going on with you.
You're okay, and Mia pats you on the shoulder.
Yeah, kiddo, you're right. I'm okay. And I'll, like, just cover her little head against my shoulder. Seriously, are you all okay?
Just worried. Wondering if this is you or if it is a blue symptom.
If I had to guess, whatever it is that fixed my lungs, gave me some different abilities, as we've seen, and then my body expends a lot of energy, which leaves me with a depletion of energy, I guess. It's just a little intense. I'm sorry I dragged you all into this. Again.
I mean, what else do you have this group for if not to fly us all into whatever dark fancy you have left over? I mean, there's literally no one else in the world you could have told.
Still, y'all deserve a life that's not running scared all the time.
I don't know if there's anything left after the parts you take away that aren't running scared. I'm beginning to think I'm a lot closer to everyone in this car than I am to anyone that I used to think was in my life. They don't get it like you all do. If I'm being honest, I think that's part of why you told Ruhi, right?
I don't even know why I told her. I hate lying. I hate lying to her. We made a promise when we were like 13 that we wouldn't lie to each other. And then I did it for years. And I got selfish, I guess. I didn't want to lie to her anymore.
I think we all know how to keep a secret, but there's something really scary about thinking once you finally tell the people you love what you really want to do, that they'll write you off like we write the program off, or Nancy or anybody. That gets hard to just kind of hold in your hands. It's normal.
Y'all are giving me more grace than I deserve, so... I know I've said it once, but I'll say it again. I'm in your debt.
You have your meals, and you get back on the road. As you are driving, Agent Warp, a phone in your backpack is ringing. And when you reach for it, you realize that it's Joe DeWant's phone. And the caller ID says, FBI Sands.
Yes, very good. I think that's Warp looks calmly, opens the bag, holds the phone, and then puts it on silent, or puts it on airplane mode, cracks the back of the phone open, takes out the SIM card, and throws the card out of the window. And just calmly rolls the phone back up. Or rolls the window back up, clicks the phone back, and puts it back in her bag.
I feel like none of us say anything during this entire...
I think that while she's saying, like, you know, it's hard to tell the people you love how you feel, and it's just really important to just...
We're all nodding calmly like this is a normal thing, because it is.
It's like the 5th phone we've had to do that show.
Yeah, it's no big deal. We all know what happened.
Clockwork at this point.
The math works out that you land in Camp Pendelton around 7:30, we'll say, because of Los Angeles traffic. Around 6 o'clock, though, you're driving, and we'll say that Merritt has a habit of listening to the 6 o'clock news, and you switch on the station.
Very easy.
You hear the reporter say, "Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Johnson. Our top story tonight, a shocking leak of classified documents alleging U.S. government involvement in the disappearance and murder of over a dozen children. The files list the names, dates of birth, and addresses of alleged victims we've now confirmed are either missing or deceased. Their ages range from newborn infants to teenagers as old as 16. One of them is Jason Olmstead, a 10-year-old boy from Louisville, Kentucky, who we verified was shot and killed in what police suspect was a botched home invasion. The files themselves appear to be scans of physical documents that were sent to several major news outlets, including the Washington Post and CNN, earlier this morning. They state these children were targeted as a part of a government initiative called Project Somersault. The documents bear classification markings commonly seen in the United States intelligence community, including top secret and special access required. Project Somersault allegedly used DNA-derived genetic profiles acquired from private genealogy companies to identify its targets. Several firms have declined to comment on this breaking story, and no reports of data or security breaches could be identified. It is currently unclear what specific genetic markers were targeted by Somersault or why, but the existence of such a program has sent shockwaves throughout the country. Conservative, evangelical, and child advocacy groups around the nation have organized protests demanding answers and accountability from elected officials. The hashtag Justice for Olmsted has been trending since the news initially broke. And fringe organizations such as Phenom X have issued statements claiming the files are proof of government-sanctioned human trafficking rings. In a unique show of bipartisanship, politicians on both sides of the aisle have declared their intent to get to the bottom of Somersault. Congressional Intelligence and Judiciary Committees could meet as early as tomorrow morning to discuss the implications of these leaks and what they mean for the country. The Department of Defense, Department of Justice, and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence all declined to comment on this story. No government organization has come forward to claim ownership of the documents, but government officials have stated it is only a matter of time until they determine who is responsible.
I think Merritt has trouble keeping his hands on the wheel. He's shaking.
Yeah, I think Hyde's gonna steady the wheel and tell him to pull over.
Yeah, I think I just need some air. It's starting, right? This is starting. It's starting. I need some air. I'm gonna pull probably a risky maneuver to get over to the shoulder the best I can.
Make a sanity test before you pull over.
Okay. I fail with a 95.
Ah, gotcha. I think you can roll a d4.
I take 1 point of sanity damage.
Obviously, the news is overwhelming. You were warned about it, but it still hits you like a freight train, and you're barely able to pull off to the side of the road.
Hi, do you mind driving the rest of the way?
Absolutely. I'll just start getting out of the car. I'll go around, open the door for Merritt. You're gonna have to get out of the car first.
I'll reach forward and unbuckle the seatbelt.
Yeah, he just goes around and he doesn't even want to make eye contact with Hyde or anyone, but he doesn't blink. He's just sort of circling around, and, you know, the veering LA traffic past him kind of shocks him back into life a little, but he comes around and gets back into probably the back seat with Warp.
Mia looks at you, Tuck, and says, "Is he sad?"
Yeah, that's it. We heard some sad news on the radio, and it's upsetting a little bit.
Merritt, when you sit down in the back, Mia, who is, I would assume, probably within arm's reach, reaches over to give you a hug.
I think that Merritt instinctually, reviles, presses himself back up against the door like a scared animal for a second. And then he takes this deep breath and looks at her and comes back to reality and just absorbs that hug the best that he can, and is already tearing at the edges of his eyes and just squeezes for the life out of Mia to take whatever forgiveness from something innocent that he can, and just holds her as close as he can.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, no, I will be. And I think he lets her go and kind of tangles himself up in the seatbelt cord and presses his forehead against the window and just kind of keeps his eyes on the sunset.
I'm just gonna try to catch Warp and Hyde's eyes and just kind of shoot a questioning, yeah, this is bad, but it seems like a big reaction kind of a look.
I think if when you were in the Phenomenex kidnap closet, they said that you killed children, but I don't know if we had names. Is that right?
The video also alludes to it, of which you all saw, because Marlene sent it, and I confess to some things, none in specific.
I don't know how much of that Tuck remembers personally, because 20 minutes after that, she got shot, so I don't know how much of that she remembers. But I think the look to the others might be enough to be
I think Warp is thinking about that, and she just communicates later. But yeah.
Your drive is about an hour before you hit Camp Pendelton. Let's go back to Agent Boomer. Boomer, what do you do about the evening? Do you just take a drive straight to San Francisco? It's only a couple of hours. Do you stay there the night? What's the move?
I'm so sorry. How far is San Francisco from Ruhi?
I'm gonna say with traffic, it's closer to like a 3-hour drive.
Ugh, F it. Is there another, like a small, like a kind of a, like I'm gonna try to get like a hotel that's like an in-between zone between Iwani and San Francisco?
Sure, yeah, there's the major town of Modesto between you and San Francisco.
Blessed. We're going to Modesto. Or can I text Mallory about any possible reservations that in Modesto?
She says that she has booked a room for you in Modesto and says that she will meet you there.
And I'm like this, ... I have company, ? Do you know?
She responds with, I'm well aware of who's with you.
Cool beans, smiley face with sunglasses.
You make your way and you pull up to the hotel, and Ruhi kind of follows your lead. She's not really sure what to do. She only has the clothes on her back.
I will like be a little reassuring and be like, if it's at any consultation, we're both kind of walking into something a little unknown, so you're not alone in this together. And I'm gonna give like a gentle pat on the shoulder, because I genuinely mean it.
Well, Haley's always spoken very highly of you, so I think I'm in good hands, and I'll watch your back where I can too.
Thank you. That's actually very nice.
I'll let you know when it's about to rain. It's a meteorological joke. I'm a meteorologist.
Yeah, but rainstorms have been a thing lately, so I appreciate that. It was pretty not ice. Did that work as a pun?
You come in, you check in, and you eventually find a room. Do you get a separate room for Ruhi, or are you both rooming together?
I would make sure we have double queens.
Okay, yeah, so share a room, that's fine.
Yeah, it's better that way. Keep an eye on each other.
You step into your room and, kind of realize you have a night that you need to waste with this person. When you get a phone call from the hotel phone.
Oh, I'm gonna pick it up.
Mallory's on the other line, and she says,
Or why don't you meet me in my room? I'm upstairs, and she gives you the room number.
Copy that. I'm gonna go just clean, and I'm gonna just kind of take a second and gather myself and kind of Ruhi, and I'm gonna be like smoothing I'm gonna go and remember how I said I'm gonna go ahead and figure out where we all stand, and honestly, find some TV, see if there's anything good place to eat. If not, maybe an In-N-Out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go.
You head upstairs, knock on the door, opens it. Mallory is inside. She is alone. Agent Steele is not there. And you step inside, and she says, so tell me, how's it all going? What's going on?
Well, from this afternoon when we last spoke, it got worse because we're all in Modesto together. So I think it's not a good situation. But heads up. So the sheriff thinks that somehow little old me did that big ass explosion. So good news is there's not a lot they can press, but he did say that maybe some of the neighbors might have seen or heard something. So you might want to do what you gotta do.
You won't be facing any jail time. I'll see to that. Don't worry.
Whew. Well, all right. Anything else you would like from me at all?
I'm going to ask everyone to log out of our conversation here, please.
No!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Should have never called her a thing.
Should we just walk away from the table, like just so we don't fuck up recording?
We'll go on break.
We are alone.
Agent Boomer, you say goodnight to Agent Mallory, and you turn to the door, and one of the lights is on in the room. And as you turn, you see Agent Mallory's shadow kind of cast against the wall right next to you. And you look at it for a moment, and you realize it isn't a human shadow. It's canine-like.
Canine?
That is when you feel someone leap on you.
Oh, God!
You are able to make a dodge roll if you like to forfeit your next turn in terms of using an action.
Okay, if I honestly feel like that would be the best case. Yes. Okay. I'm not at all terrified. You literally got me shitting a brick, Sergio. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Oh, I just failed out of a 30 to a 43.
You see this shadow move, and you instinctively kind of want to duck out of the way, but all you're able really to do is to turn, and that's when you see it. It's not Mallory. It's a thing, a monster, a ghoul.
Shit.
And it leaps right on top of you. It succeeds, and it's going to bite right into your neck.
Fuck.
Dealing you 4 damage.
I'm at a 3.
You have forfeited your turn, so you're not really able to do much.
No.
You try to struggle off, but this wiry, animal-like thing, like a hairless werewolf, is on top of you. And now that its mouth is on your neck, it will not let go, and you feel the warm blood running down. It has an ability called Worry and Rip. After succeeding with a bite attack, it may inflict 1d6 damage on the same target each turn without requiring an attack roll.
That's fair. Okay.
So on its turn, it is going to automatically roll the damage, and it rolls a 4.
And I am deceased.
So in this shitty little motel room in Modesto, California, you meet your demise.
Boomer, as she's looking up at the ceiling, and it's not as painful as she thought it would be. She can't deny the sense of pressure that releases in her chest, that even though she's never getting out of here, everyone she loves is taken care of. They're fine, and with all the stress and this mystery, she's like, just thank God it's over. I don't have to search for something, a mystery. It's not my problem. It's actually just all over.